Welcome again, everyone. Jerry's Old Guy Review. Let It Fly on Fridays, episode 19. And my co-host, Yowie. Really? Again. You were all the way across the room and you didn't care until I started talking. I talk to myself out here all the time. Such a Homar. Loves his daddy. Loves his daddy. As I said, Let It Fly on Fridays, episode 19. Oh, what is going on? Oh, Morgan. Oh, let your daughter get up here. Hi, baby girl. Ugh. Man, if you don't have dogs, you just don't know. Baby girl, what are you doing? Baby special. Special baby. Completely unedited. No technology. You're looking at YouTube's rotary telephone. And if you don't know, ask your grandma. So this week, we are going to cover some stuff from the last video, some YouTube teases, and what the hell's going on here. Now, I told you guys I was going to do some driving videos last week. Well, I'm a flake. Miss Diane had to work on Monday. It was okay. Not what I told you. It was going to be temperature-wise, and I was domestical. Yeah, I just screwed it off. Went and ripped one out in front to see how all the dogs would react. You know, now that I don't have... What is that sound? Teddy bear, is that you? Teddy bear. Teddy. I hear you breathing. So went out and ripped some rigs out front. Well, ripped a rig. Heat. It was pretty nice. It's pretty slick and icy still from our rain. But this week was a hell of a week. 10, 11 hour days for me. Not that I minded any of them. Of course, I'm salary, so I didn't get paid for any of them. But, you know, there's the trade-off. I get to spend time with my people, and that's it for me. After last weekend, wait a minute. When I did my last video, I was a little worked up. But I've calmed down. I got my point across. In the world of stupid people, I won. I got the last word. Couldn't argue no more. I sat back and waited. The stupid person never came back to me. So I won. In the world of keyboard warriors, that's the mantra, I won. He didn't respond to my last comment. I got the last word in. I'm learning this googly, Facebooky, tweeter-pated, X of whatever, Instagrammy, all that stuff, I'm learning. So, in the world of stupidity, when you are so ignorant, you have to call people names and curse and swear at people. I'm sorry. Can't do it. I don't have any shitbags on this channel. Well, I do, but they're not man enough to comment and let me know why they're constantly disliking my videos, no matter what they are. You know, if you're going to do it, I know we're a few minutes in, you don't watch this far because you're a little closet sissy, and for some reason you're dislike, you click on everyone. But you know what? There's the joke on you. I don't give a shit. It doesn't affect me one way or the other, because my joy on this channel is I do what I want unless I'm doing what you want. Boom. I do videos that I want to do. You guys are free to send me an email or a comment or questions, something you want to see on Let It Fly on Fridays. And when you put it out there, I make you a video. So if you dislike a video that I took my time to make for a one viewer who wanted to see it, I don't give a shit. You're not who I made the video for. So if you can't tell, I'm a little fired up with stupidity this week. You know, you disliking my channel, you know, I don't care. I would really love to see you comment and tell me why you didn't like it, but you won't, because you're safe at home in your mom's basement. Woo-hoo, I'm a tough guy. Look at me go. So, don't care. Same thing with the person I got into it this weekend. So, because I have so many viewers, let's review. Let It Fly on Fridays came out of the fact that I started this channel just to help people, to answer questions, to not dog on every product I didn't like or the manufacturer didn't send me for free. My videos pertain to vehicles I've bought with my own money and my experiences with them and long-term reviews. We take things out of the box, but you know what? A year from now, you're going to see that same vehicle. That was my goal. And Let It Fly on Fridays turned into a ranting video, so I didn't rant during the videos that you wanted to see or I made specifically for you guys, and I didn't go off on these tangents. So this video, thanks to my loyal, excellent subscribers, I've never had an argument, well, I did with one, who claimed that I was trying to use because I disagreed with RC Sparks. I started with RC Sparks. That was the first video back when he just made non-talking, no music. He drove a truck out and they recovered something, or he built something crazy and you just watched it do things. That's what got me more excited on taking these vehicles to the next level. So again, if you own one RC vehicle, it's completely stock, and you're telling me, because you've been in the hobby for 2 years, that I'm an idiot and I'm a piece of shit and I'm trying to grow my channel on somebody else's name. So when I'm saying someone else's name and I disagree with them, how does that grow my channel? Unless the people who are listening to my channel agree with me. They too have that same feeling about someone or something else. So that'll grow my channel. Not because I threw his name around and they're like, oh, he must be friends with him. No, generally if I'm disagreeing or saying I don't agree with your views, we're probably not friends. That's why it was a good giggle to see in the comment section, and I apologize, buddy, for not writing your name down because I didn't think this was going to come up. But would love to see me and Crawler Canyon do a video together. Well, I won a truck from him, old Blackjack, but I disagree more than I agree. So, strangely, it's with cheap trucks. A lot of these cheap trucks now, I agree with his assessment on a lot of things. But, you know, a lot of things we don't agree on. And that's the difference where I'm not telling you guys to run out and throw money at everything. You know, this is a poor example because, well, no, it's not. I built this truck for me. This truck weighs over 10 pounds. It's got scale by Chris. It's got, dang it, the lighting stuff, all the lighting stuff is power shift. All the parts on it that are replaced are metal parts from Sen. Nothing to do with performance, just I wanted to make it a big, heavy towing vehicle. So, but never anywhere in this build video did I tell you I replaced something because it was crap, because it was junk. This is a proof of concept. You know, that in this hobby you can take something. I absolutely hate Fords. An F450 in real life does not impress me. It looks skinny, it looks tall. It does not look beefy and manly like I would expect a 450 or a 550 to look. 2 and 350s don't even remotely blow my skirt up. But this truck's a dually. And that was unique in the RC world. And that's the kind of stuff that blows my skirt up. Adult beverage. Release something that I've never seen. That'll excite me. I don't care who you are, what your manufacturer is. MST. I bought the CFW kit just because it was an FJ45. A Toyota FJ45 in the MST predated Killer Bodies. You can't see it, but I'm pointing at it like you can. That blew my skirt up. The Red Cap Marksman was different. Blew my skirt up, didn't care. Snatched it up. Let's see what else. Well, at the time, the TRX4 in a Land Rover. Blew my skirt up. Let's just look around. The Notorious. I needed a basher. It looks like an old truck. Had to have it. The Slashes, when the Slashes came out, different. Never before seen. Had to get one. Traxxas Summit. Different, unusual. We can go around this whole shelf. The Red Cat Gen 8 version 2. International Scout. Not a Toyota, not a Wrangler. The VS410. I never once was into getting Vanquish products until I saw that body. That is a modern interpretation of an FJ45. Again, unique, different. Boom! Same thing with the Fordyce. Modern interpretation of a Willys pickup truck. Had to have it. And that's what inspires our minds in this hobby. F450. You know what? I designed it to be a tow vehicle. Well, I was using a standard 110 scale trailer. Didn't matter what I put on it. Did not look as impressive as this truck turned out to be. So you know what? I took my Tamiya dolly I made for dual trailers with my semis. Yeah, they're 1/14 scale, but look at that. It looks right. And then, boom, I've got my home built extended Tamiya trailer, which I am going to do some testing this weekend to see what this looks like pulling this big honking trailer. That is the kind of thing, you know, they make a fifth wheel for this. Who makes a fifth wheel? The only one I know of is HG Models. But it's got a big honking fifth wheel style connector on it. Haven't looked into, can I make it work on a fifth wheel? But theirs is. And I was able to load this up because one of my employees wants to get the Sicario. And you know me, and you can imagine when somebody far away gives me a auto parts store to run, that I'm going to try to get as many of my employees into RC as I can. It's my civic duty. It's something I have to do. And boom, throw this body off. Boom, I got a truck to sit on the counter. Somebody can look at it. Somebody can ask questions. Somebody can take the controller and take it for a little spin. That is my ultimate joy with this hobby. And now back to my argument this weekend, when people are, this is over politics, which we don't generally discuss here, but a lot of people on here know which way I lean, even though I'm just going to tell you, honesty break, I'm an independent. That means that all the parties can try to impress me. Well, only one party's impressing me right now. And they weren't in charge last year. But to be so venomous and hateful over a topic that is close to my heart, the names of military bases, to not know any of the facts and to call people traitors and racist when you don't know all the facts, I'm sorry. And then when you stand up and try to just give some dumb son of a bitch some facts to digest, you're a racist, you're a traitor. And then again, when you wave your rainbow flag, thinking that somehow that is going to protect you from people that are willing to argue with you, that is going to give you some kind of protection, I'm sorry. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what sex you are. I don't care what you go home and do in your house at night. When you challenge something that is dear to my heart, I'm going to point out the facts. And you know what? I am a 11 Bravo United States Army infantry soldier. I did it for 10 years. I did a lot of other MOSs at the same time. But the premier, so if you are wanting to be a scholar, you go to Stanford, you go to Yale. Well, in the military, you go to Fort Benning, Georgia. That is where you go for advanced infantry training. That is the creme de la creme. if you raise the bar and you go United States Army Special Forces, you are generally Fort Bragg. Well, we haven't fixed Benning yet, even though it is now called Fort Moore, named after Hal Moore, who fought the very first battle against the Vietnamese in the Vietnam War, who told his men he was going to be the first man on the field and the first one off. And he fulfilled that promise. That, to me, I can go with that name. But we obviously couldn't find a Benning who wasn't a filthy Confederate general. We just have history to go by. He might have been the best guy on the earth, but he just picked the wrong side. That doesn't mean he should have his legacy. He's dead. He don't care. He doesn't know what's going on. But for the millions of soldiers who have been through that base, they know what that is. You know, 3rd Battalion, 14th Infantry. I spent almost 5 years in the 10th Mountain Division. They deactivated that unit. It's gone. The 3rd Battalion, 14th Infantry traces its lineage way back. One of the oldest divisions around, gone. You know, that broke my heart. And then I hear about Benning, and I hear about Bragg. Bragg has nothing to do with my heart. Never did anything about it. But they managed to, the original Fort Bragg was named after a Confederate general. And of course, that is so evil to name something after a historical figure. Ugh, which I still don't agree with. You got to learn from history. You have to keep that history alive in one way or the other. Statues. You got a statue in your city square and you don't agree with it, you teach your kid about that. You teach your loved one about it. It's an example that you can use every day. If it's gone, it's no longer an example to learn by. Fort Bragg, we found a soldier from the Second World War. I guess we didn't care to look in history and see, maybe he was a huge racist. Maybe he was a woman beater and a rapist and beat his children. Don't care. He's not a dirty, dirty Confederate. Okay. I can buy naming it after a modern person if that history that you need to learn from. Anyone on here who thinks that all statues, I'm sorry, this is turned into a thing, but this is the same thing that goes on these YouTube channels where you try to sully a name just because some people don't like the brand. Same concept. But it's strange how when I started this channel, I was showing Red Cats, MSTs, WPLs, the things that nobody wanted to deal with because it was Chinese crap. But now, 4+ years later, 5 years, whatever it's been, suddenly because people like them, the people who ragged on them changed their tune. Well, my tune's always been the same. RC makes me smile. Doesn't matter. I've got some old WPLs to the point that one of the batteries went bad. And of course, the only way to get a new one is, nope, not dealing with China. I am going to make something work. But to put them through their paces, knowing in your mind that it's not this, It's not any of this, but it's small scale and it's fun. Now I cheat because I've got a course in the back. I've got nice trails. I've got smooth places through the woods to go drive. Yeah. Again, I'm the luckiest man on earth that everything I buy is great. But that's that change in opinion. Nobody cared until, 6 years ago, I want to say. Then all of a sudden, all this stuff in the world became bad. But somehow, everything in the RC world became good. And that's why Facebook can piss off, Instagram, not a lot of comments on there. So that one, you don't have to piss off. But the thing I saw in RC is what's going on right now in the world and politics and things 5 years ago. But now, 5 years later, the RC world has just now got back to all RC is great unless you don't like the new product, which that's fine. You can not like anything. But again, don't tell someone else that it's a huge piece of shit because you don't like it. You can like it or dislike it, but tell them it's not your cup of tea or coffee if you're fancy, and let them make their own decision. What do you think? I have never started a conversation with anyone who's asked me about vehicles. Good starter rig. I have never started out with, well, despite what people are going to tell you, this is awesome and this is a huge piece of shit. No, it's, well, you're just starting out. Here's a good starting place. Well, what do you think about this one? I just had this one recently. And again, didn't think it was coming up and I didn't write it down and I apologize. You know who I'm talking about. Heat again. Well, thanks for telling me about this one, but now what would you do with that one versus this one? Oh man, now you've got me over a barrel. I am not going to say, now that you brought that one up, the one I told you, a big piece of shit. This one's awesome. Nope. I have this one. I really love it. I don't have this one, but I love the price and I want to get one. That's how my answer goes. Not, it's a big piece of shit because now you brought up this awesome one. No. Between the two, I want them both, but I've got one, so I can talk about that one. And the other one I still want. Not that I'm going to badmouth it because I want it. And thanks to a bit of magic, we're going to have some new rigs pretty soon to talk about because it's time. It is time. I've done a thing. Shit is happening. And you know what? They're not going to be name brands. I can tell you right now, I've got the Axial Base Camp in mind. I have got the FMS, even though the FMS, the LC80, it's a bit pricey for FMS stuff. And I'm going to basically go over and see what my local hobby shop, because I'm being shown a lot of love, and I'm going to return that love to the man. Don't tell Jeremy at Arctic Wings RC that I love it. I love that he is a half a mile that away without this in my hand, because he's the fuzz. I could go right over there right now and throw some money at them. I want to get over there. And that's another thing. Make sure you love your local hobby shop. Because I'm not saying it's going to happen, but once you become that face in his store, you never know. You never know. Make sure you do sweet things like I do, and at least buy a Christmas truck every year, because you deserve it. And he deserves for you to buy it from him. I mean, he generally will stay open early Christmas or late Christmas Eve to make sure you guys can go get that Christmas truck. And with that tomfoolery, you know, without you guys, it would just seem weird to sit here and talk to a camera all night. And that's why I need to, so I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to see how this goes. I am going to have to do an experiment with a live feed. And we're going to see if I can make this work. Because once again, you know, the guy who uses pen and paper is going to try to do something. I mean, to me, it's like trying to put a capsule on the moon to try to figure out this technology. So bear with me if you see I have a live stream scheduled. Yowzers. You realize you're the worst co-host. Get up here. If you see a live feed, just bear with me. It's probably going to be a terrific disaster, but you know what? Then you can just tear me a new one and make fun of me, and we'll have a good time with it. But if I can do the live feed, or live stream, I don't even know how to say it. Teddy bear, come here, baby. That way I can talk to you guys more. You know, you guys are commenting more. You're sending stuff to the email. And Ryan, I swear to God, if you rub it in that I don't have a honcho one more time, I am going to throw my tablet across the workshop. That'll teach you. Right, Teddy? Or right, Tom Burtis? We're commenting more. So the live streams could give me a little breather from all the typing. I did actually discover how to talk text. I know, settle down, getting all up with this technology. But what do you got? Give me that freaking thing. Is that RC related? This is Let It Fly on Fridays, for God's sakes. What is it called? A DuraPlay. 3 heads over here, if you can't see them. With a ball with a hole in it. See this? This is me with RC. It might be broken, it might be wore out and old, but I'm still playing with it. So stay tuned, stand by. Let's chat some more in the comments, and I'm going to tell you, this is the final week for the Versus Challenge, Season 2. I think I just made that up. Wow. I haven't got down to the skinnies yet, but I think I have decided to do something a bit different. So, Blackjack. I won that truck from Crawler Canyon. Crawler Canyon he built that truck. I feel that I'm going to do something else to it, and that is going to be the truck that we give away for the Versus Challenge. To give away a truck that has building done by 2 YouTubers, a big one, and then me. I think that is an excellent idea. Don't try to change my mind, because it is an excellent idea. Not too many people do I know of have done that, so I might put another body on it. One I do up. I hate the transmission in it. But we'll see. I've already put my electronics in it. So that's still a good joke with me. I put the electronics in it that he loathes. So with that, let's get to the shout outs really quick. It's quick. Only 2 or 4 new viewers this week. And we have Roberto Havriguru. Man, I'm sorry, buddy. Jauregui. I am sorry, Roberto. Stunod RC, Rick RC Crawler, and Idea RC. Thank you for tuning in, being new viewers. Put your belts on. It's going to be a crazy ride. And again, I can't thank you guys enough for the comments, for the viewing. Once again, like and subscribe. If you don't like it, tell me. If you want a question answered on any vehicles you see here that you may have, let me know in the comments. If you want a particular video, doesn't relate to anything we've talked about recently, doesn't matter. I would really love, man, I was going to make a name. I wanted to do an experiment. I'll do it for next Friday. For some of my old videos. Old videos that have been up there so long, they actually have they have a ton of views. But watch those older videos and see the comparison between now and let me know. Do you see a change in the way I started the channel compared to now? Do you like it better? Or did you like the old videos? Let me know and we'll go from there. And I will talk to you on the next one.